Hello, and welcome to another update video about AGIX. So on the AGIX chart, we haven't got any change really. So the problem is that this move off the October lows has been very sloppy. So I haven't got really a very clear 5-wave structure to work with. For example, I made a video about the VAI. VAI gives me a clearer 5-wave structure at the moment. I can though interpret it as 5 waves now as well here. Yeah. So as we talked about already months ago, as long as the 15.7 cent level doesn't break to the downside, we can give the bullish scenario, which would be a 5th wave to new all-time highs basically. Oops, let me just zoom out a bit. So which would be a 5th wave to new all-time highs. We can give that a chance. Okay, if you ask me, the VAI chart looks better than the AGIX chart. Okay, and the VAI chart also looks better than the fetch chart and clearer. So I'm a fan of trading what's clear, given that they are very similar projects. Okay, look, I'm not into fundamental analysis, but they are all AI coins. I would prefer these. I would prefer VAI. This just doesn't give me a very clear 5-wave structure. It's a bit sloppy, but we can say, okay, possibly this was a 1, 2. Then we had here another 1, 2, probably like 3, 4, 5. This would be 3, 4. Maybe it gives us another high. But the micro count is always going to be unreliable if we haven't got a clean 1-2 setup to start with, and then it gets very choppy up there. So yeah, VAI gives me clear 5 waves. If we see another high here, I also would say I have fairly clear 5 waves up. You can also count this as 5 waves complete. It's just not very clear, right? It's just not. So it's always about trading what's clear. This is possible, but then people will say, oh, you said it's finished and it goes higher. Yeah, so just be aware of that. You can make a case for a complete 5-wave move up. I just don't like this here. So it would have to be a diagonal, which is unlikely because this move up is 5 waves. So I'd prefer one more high, okay, to get a clean 5-wave move up, which is then, which means that if we get all these 5 waves up, I would be able to give you a support area for a pullback. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the idea would be that what's happening here is circle wave 1. So this is moving higher. Then we should at some point get a wave 2 and it should escalate like that. Okay. Probably. Okay. So I'm just now in the process where a first deeper pullback could start. But we've got 5 waves up nearly done. So it's just now the time to start watching maybe for a pullback. But as I said, VAI is a little bit clearer. I feel a little bit more confident to confirm that we have 5 waves up on that chart. Not here quite yet. Either way, the focus is still on higher prices, especially as long as the October low is holding. 15.7 cents still is the pivot, yeah, between, let's say, a bearish count, which would be the yellow count, which could actually take it to completely new lows, and a move to all-time highs. Because we're above that pivot, the focus is on the white wave count, which is bullish. And the next key resistance area is this one here. This would be relevant for the yellow count. So I'm just watching this area for potential setbacks, reactions at 32.3 cents, 38.4 and 48.9 cents. And yeah, then we're watching for a first 5-wave move up to be filled on the larger degree. But again, this would have to be a 5-wave move that fills in circle wave 1. So this is literally only just now the first wave of circle wave 1. So it would actually need to all shift a little higher. We'll see how that all plays out. We will have to move these across a little bit. I can really only give you precise targets for all these 5 waves in the circle once I have a first 1-2 setup complete. Okay, so that's what we're basically just watching for. Very important. I'm not telling you it starts now, but it's maybe also something for the watch list now. We start to see many coins that are now sort of in their wave 4s, 5s, okay, which might get a first deeper pullback, maybe when Bitcoin does it. We'll see. It's going to be very interesting. It's just whatever AGIX does, it really needs to hold that 15.7 cent level. A sustained break below that would not have positive consequences for this chart. because it will emphasize the yellow count, and the yellow count assumes that AGIX topped in an ABC structure in February, which would be bearish. It's just that the move down isn't clearly impulsive, and we did hold above the 15.7 cent level, so the white wave count at the moment is in control for me. That's my update about AGIX. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.